dear children. Today we will start chapter number 11 in your literature book Winter Oak, written by Yuri Najibin. So, before starting, let's know about the author. Yuri Najibin was a Russian writer and he wrote short stories, newspaper articles, and novels. He was most famous for writing screenplays and he often wrote about war, childhood memories, and Russian history, among other things. Now, let's see the chapter. The Winter Oak is a story of a teacher named Anna Vasilyevna and student Shavuskin. Anna was a very strict teacher and she liked discipline a lot. And Shavuskin was latecomer, lazy. This is the image that is portrayed in the beginning. He is late, always late for the class. He is a bit lazy, and this irritates Miss Anna a lot. She gets so irritated that she decides to meet Shavuskin's mother. While going to Shavuskin's home, Anna realizes something very important that she was missing in her life. What she realizes, that we will come to know only when we read the chapter. So let's start the chapter. Winter Oak. Anna Vasilyevna's first lesson was in Form 5. She had just finished college and now taught at the school in the village of Ovarovka. She was a gifted teacher, and people in Ovarovka and all the nearby settlements thought highly of her. That morning, as the bell sounded, the pupils rose, greeted her in unison, and took their seats. Today we shall go with parts of speech, she began. A hush fell over the class, and the rumbling of a heavy lorry along the highway outside could be easily heard. So, first paragraph says about Miss Anna Vasilyevna, and she was going to teach in class 5, and she has just finished her college and started teaching at the school in the village of Ovarovka, and people there respected her a lot. And when the bell rang, she went to the class. All the students greeted her together and then they took their seats. After that, Anna started her chapter and she said that that day they will study parts of speech. And there was silence after that in the class. And next to their class was a highway and a sound of heavy lorry could be easily heard. Like sometimes in your class also you can hear the sound of horn and vehicles moving by next to your classroom. It is very clear, right? So same thing happened here also. There was absolute silence when the teacher said that they will study parts of speech, and rumbling of heavy lorry along the highway outside could be easily heard. Now see paragraph number 4. Anna Vasilyevna recalled how anxious she had been before this lesson last year, like a schoolgirl before an examination, repeating over and over under her breath, "A noun is a word used for naming. A noun is a word used for naming." The memory brought a smile on her lips and she began in a smooth, calm tone. Just then, a voice said, "May I come in?" So, here in this paragraph, Anna Vasilyevna recalls what happened previous year. Previous year, when she was going to start this chapter noun, she was very nervous, just like a schoolgirl before an examination. She kept on repeating the definition of noun, like a noun is a word used for naming. She kept on repeating this. But this year, she is absolutely confident and her tone was calm, and There was a smile on her lips when she recalled this memory. And just the moment when she was about to start, there someone at the door said, "May I come in?" Now, who is this person who is so late? This is Shavaskin. See paragraph number 5. A small figure stood in the half open door, the cold bitten face blazing like a beetroot. "Late again, Shavaskin?" Like the most young teachers, Anna Vasilyevna liked to be strict, but her question this time was filled with disappointment. Now, a small figure stood. This means that the boy was short in height. As I told you in the beginning, the teacher was going to teach in class 5. So you can imagine class 5 student. They are not very tall. A small boy was standing there, and the face was absolutely red. It was very bright like a beetroot. And this teacher, Anna, was very strict, but this time in her tone there was disappointment. She asked Shavaskin, "Late again, Shavaskin?" This showed that she was very disappointed this time. Now let's see paragraph number 6. Taking her words to be permission to enter, Shavashkin rapidly slipped to his seat. So Shavashkin entered in the classroom. He took his seat. Now see paragraph 7. Anna Vasilyevna was upset by Shavashkin's coming late. It had spoiled a well-begun day. She thought of the geography teacher who had first complained of Shavashkin's tardiness. She complained of the noise of inattentive pupils and the difficulty of handling first lessons. So Anna Vasilyevna swapped lessons with her. After all, first lessons were only difficult for those that couldn't control the class or make lessons interesting. But now there was Shavashkin. Annoyed as she was, she had to continue the lesson. Now Anna was upset because Shavashkin came late in the class, and this spoiled a very nice day. The day started very nicely, and now it is a spoiled because this child is late. And she just thought of the geography teacher as she had complained about Shavashkin's laziness. And she also complained about the noise and the inattentive pupils and also the difficulty she was facing in handling the first class. And Anna thought, and this was the reason that Anna exchanged her class with the geography teacher, and she thought that the first class was difficult only for those teachers who were unable to make the lesson interesting. But now because of this boy, the teacher Anna was so irritated and she found it difficult to handle the class. And now she was very much annoyed and she had to continue the chapter, so she started. See paragraph number 8. Clear, she addressed the class. Clear, clear, a chorus came back. Fine, make up examples of your own then. It was quiet for a moment and then, "Cat," said a small voice uncertainly. "Right, you are," Anna Vasilyevna said. "The ice was broken. Window, table, house, road." "Correct," Anna Vasilyevna kept repeating. The class brimmed over with joy. She was surprised at how satisfied the school children were from naming familiar objects as though seeing them in a new, unusual light. They named more and more things, but those first few minutes were reserved for the most familiar objects: wheel, tractor, well. And all of a sudden, as if roused from a dream, Shavashkin exclaimed in a ringing voice, "Winter oak!" The children laughed. Quiet, Anna Vasilyevna said, striking the desk with the palm of her hand. So it's very clear here that the teacher asked for examples and examples of noun, and in the beginning there was silence, and then a child said cat, and teacher said that it's correct, and this encouraged other children to give more examples, and the ice was broken. Now, then children started giving more and more examples: window, table, house, road, and the class was overflowed with joy. And she was surprised at how nicely children were giving names of the objects they were familiar, like wheel, tractor, wheel. All these objects were quite common, right? Then suddenly Savushkin said winter oak, as if he was sleeping, and all of a sudden he woke up and gave this answer, winter oak. All the children started laughing at him, and then teacher struck the desk with her palm of her hand, and very strictly she said the class to be quiet. Now see paragraph number 18. Winter oak, Savushkin repeated, unaware of the enthusiasm in his voice, the children's laughter, and the teacher's outcry. The words seemed to come from the bottom of his heart like a dear secret that his soul was powerless to contain. Not understanding his strange excitement, Anna Vasilyevna snapped, "Why winter? Simply oak." "Simply oak is nothing. Winter oak, that's a real noun," the boy replied. Now, children, here you should understand that when this child Savushkin is saying winter oak, why it is strange for the teacher, why children are laughing? Because winter here is describing the oak tree. Winter oak, when you're saying the winter here is an adjective and oak is a noun. That's why this teacher is saying that why winter, simply oak is okay. So the child said that no, winter oak together is a real noun and simply oak is nothing. And the way he was saying, it was like it's coming from the bottom of his heart, like something very pleasing secret that his soul is now unable to hide anymore. He is disclosing the way he was saying winter oak. He was saying in a way that he is revealing a secret that he is not able to hold anymore. Take your seat, Savushkin. See what comes from coming late. Oak is a noun, but we haven't studied what winter is in this case. Please come to the common room during the long break. Savushkin sat down smiling at some inner thought, not at all upset by teacher's threatening words. A difficult boy, Anna Vasilyevna thought. In this paragraph, Anna tells Savushkin to meet her in the common room during the long break. And she also says that this is what happens when children come late. They miss what she meant here, that when you come late, you miss the class and you don't understand the chapter and give wrong answer. So she says that she has not taught children what winter is in this case, and tells Savushkin to see her in the common room during the long break. Savushkin sat down. He was smiling at some inner thought, and he was not upset by teacher's threatening words. And Anna thought Savushkin is a difficult boy. Now see paragraph number 22. Later, Savushkin went to the common room during the break as instructed by his teacher. "Be good and tell me why you're always late," said Anna Vasilyevna. "I don't know," he said. "I leave the house with an hour to spare. How difficult to make a little boy tell the truth, even in the simplest of matters. Lots of children live much further than Savushkin, but none more than an hour's walk from school, thought Anna Vasilyevna. Now, here, very politely, she asked the boy that why he is always late, and to which he said that he doesn't know why he is always late, but he leaves his house an hour before. To this, Anna thought that it is very difficult to make this child speak the truth even in such a petty matter. And she thought that there are so many children who live much further than Savushkin, and they are never late, and it never takes more than an hour from school. Now see paragraph number 26. Aren't you ashamed to lie? It's no more than 15 minutes from your house to the highway. If you take the straight road, and no more than half an hour along that, she said sharply. Here this teacher realizes that the boy is lying, and she tells it will not take more than 15 minutes to reach highway from his house, and from there he can take the straight road, and it will not take more than half an hour to school. But I never take the highway. I cut through the wood, said Savushkin with a surprised look. A sense of grief and displeasure gripped her, as it always did when children lied. She remained silent, hoping that Savushkin would apologize and confess that he spent his time playing, but he only stared at her with large, innocent grey eyes. Terrible, Savushkin. I'll have to see your parents about it. Now, here, Savushkin told the teacher that he doesn't take the highway and he comes through the wood. Wood means jungle. And this time, this teacher was absolutely disappointed, and she was quiet for a moment, hoping that Savushkin would apologize and also confess that he spent most of his time while coming to school and playing, and that's why he is always late. But the child was only staring at her with large innocent eyes, and she said that this is terrible, that he is lying, and she wants to see his parents. Now see paragraph 29. But I only have a mother, Anna Vasilyevna, and she leaves for work at 3. Savushkin said as he smiled. Savushkin told his teacher that he only has a mother and she leaves for work at 3. Early in the afternoon at 3 she leaves for her work. Feeling slightly embarrassed, she thought of Savushkin's mother, a tired nurse with 4 children to raise and a demanding job. Surely his mother had cares enough, but Anna Vasilyevna just had to see her. Now Anna was feeling bad for Savushkin's mother, thinking that she is a tired nurse, she has to raise 4 children all alone, and the job that she was doing and Savushkin's mother was a nurse, and that job was very demanding. So she felt bad for his mother, but still she had to meet his mother because she wanted to talk about Savushkin's behavior. Now see paragraph 31. Well, then you'll take me home after lessons today, she said. That afternoon, the path along which Savushkin took Anna Vasilyevna began at the back of the school grounds. Now, because Savushkin's mother was unable to come to school, Anna decided to visit Savushkin's mother. So, Savushkin took Anna Vasilyevna to see his mother, and he took the road that began at the back of the school ground. He was going to take his teacher to his home from the same route he came to school. That's it for today, children. If there is any confusion, please ask. Thank you.